I'll check and see if we.
I think we're live.
Uh,
Yeah, we're live.
On the live stream, on YouTube,
still says
host
waiting.
Tent, John,
Says we're live.
and Tony.
If you're an amateur radio operator and wanna watch a YouTube live stream about ham radio, check out the Whiskey Kilo. The Whiskey Kilo. The Whiskey Kilo. The Whiskey Kilo.
Well, there you are.
Good job.
Ladies.
And gentlemen.
DJ John
DJ John,
Mr.
that's me.
is the AI producer of the year.
So
How's
far,
everybody doing?
so far now, I've produced more music than you two have.
Talk about your. I don't know.
Thanks.
Pump your brakes. I actually have produced some music.
Let me put it this way: I've produced more music that's been on our podcast than you have.
No, we're even. You put one song on. I actually created a song from scratch. No AI. I did. I even
Scratch.
I even had Morgan Freeman do a guest spot.
Well, he was going to sue us, so we had to fire him.
Well, you know you're getting good when they come trying to sue you. That's how you know you're popular.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Yeah.
Well, how was everybody's Christmas?
Good. Really good.
Tony obviously got a new green screen for Christmas.
Just
Yeah.
stop. We're not even going to talk about it. We're going to act like that's not there.
I'm just impressed that he's using the right microphone this time.
Hey, one step at a time, baby steps.
We can either hear him or see him or not see him or hear him or not hear him or see him. That means, hey,
Hey, one of these days we'll get it all together. You know, like show 50. We're on show 5, so
Season 2. Let's shoot for season 2.
well, I'm glad to see everybody. John, how was your Christmas?
It was good. I spent time with family and just kind of enjoyed hanging out with my wife and my mom, and that's really about it. Didn't travel or anything. Was just here doing stuff locally, and as you can see by my status there, I'm on vacation for a while.
I think that's a permanent thing, but that's neither here nor there. How about you,
Right.
Ken?
oh, we had a good Christmas. I spent time with mom and still spending time with my mother-in-law and, you know,
And your brother-in-law came in town too, right?
yes, very happy to have my brother-in-law in town. He's always love having him around. He's a cool dude, cool cat. So we've been having fun. How about you, buddy?
Had a great Christmas, sir. Yeah, got everything that I asked for. 2 lumps of coal, and yeah. So we celebrated on Christmas Eve, and I'm in the process of moving. So my kids have actually already moved. So they weren't here all day Thursday, and then my wife was sick. So I packed up and went on a Pota trip. I Poted up to Indiana and Illinois. Got 2 more states and 2 more parks. So I was super happy about that.
Nice. Nice.
What's new in ham radio for you, John? Anything? You done anything new and exciting in ham radio lately?
Meshtastic stuff.
We will get into that. That is going to be our
Yeah.
main topic, I think, for this evening.
Santa brought me a one of these fancy Meshtastic Seed Studios cards. You know, these what is it? T1000 or whatever they're called.
It is.
Isn't that what
They're
the
very
Terminator
nice.
Terminator was? Wasn't he the T1000?
You have to ask Ken on that one. That's above my pay grade.
Yeah.
got me one of these. We're going to talk a little bit about this today.
Yep. I got one of those as well. And I got a couple other ones I'm going to share with everybody here in a little while when we get into that. Kent, anything new with you? How's your studying going for your general and your extra?
I'm doing good. I'm probably 2 pages past into chapter 3, and then I'll be moving on to chapter 4. Had that queued up. Yeah, I saw his look in his eyes. So yeah, I'm going with it.
And
It's going to be there.
Just for the record, John
I got my book.
John is
Just so y'all know, I'm not lying. I've got my book.
Hey, I'm just glad you're doing it. That's all I'm looking for is you to do it, get it done. I can't wait for you to get your general. The extra, that'd be great if you get both, but I definitely can't wait for you to get your general. Then we can go do some Potas together. Because John's never going to go out and do Pota with me.
I didn't say that. I didn't say I was never going to do Pota. I just said I'm not doing it right now.
Tomorrow's not going to be a good day. It's going to be cold.
It's going to be chilly. But it was beautiful today. A little windy, but it was beautiful today. 70 plus degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 30.
So I propose. Look, if I get my general, I propose that we do a full revamp on the trailer, and you and me take a trip and just drive west or east and just Pota up. But we got to have the trailer where we just pull up and we don't have to do nothing. I don't want to have to take stuff out and do all that. I just want to open the trailer up, sit in the back, and rock and roll.
That's half the fun, though. If you're Tony, I mean, you got to be able to drag all that stuff out. You got to set up your antennas. You got to set up your antenna so that way your signal doesn't bounce into Tennessee at all. It's like the last time he was. I mean, like this is the second Pota trip that he's been on, where I have told him, text me when you get set up, tell me what frequency, and I'll jump on. I want to see if I can contact you. And of course, every single time I don't hear him. I hear everyone talking to him, and meanwhile he's pegging Florida and Texas and New England, but he can be in South Carolina and not get into Tennessee.
Yeah,
if you look at my map, I'm skipping right over it. I mean, it's a perfect circle almost every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was when I went to North Carolina with you, Kent, nobody could hear me down here. And then this Thursday I was in Indiana first and then in Illinois, no dice. But I was getting out for sure. It was a good day for Pota. I don't think there was a whole lot of people out Pota, and so the first one that I did in Indiana was a little slow to begin with, but it was kind of early in the morning.
Yeah, it was Christmas too.
It was Christmas and it was kind of early, so I don't think everybody was ready for it.
Aren't you glad you didn't leave earlier?
I am. I really am.
Because you would have been sitting there.
I had plans on leaving 2 hours earlier than I did.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't. But when I got to that second one, wow, man, I jumped on there and asked if the frequency was in use. Some guy goes, nope, it's clear. Go ahead. Called CQ one time, and 32 minutes later, I had 60 contacts. It was just a pile up from the word go. So it was really cool. I had a good time.
And it's what it takes. It's 10 to activate.
Yep. So I got 12 or 13 in Indiana, and actually I had to call CQ probably 4 or 5 times to get those 12. Took me like 10 minutes to get those 12. And then, like I said, a couple hours later, doing it from Illinois, and boom, it was on fire. I mean, everybody was just on top of each other. It was hard to make out call signs. I was literally getting like maybe 2 letters and hoping for the best. Having to have them repeat, which is a good thing. So it was cool. I had a great time. And I got to meet up with a buddy of mine who's not a ham, who lives up in Clarksville, and we got to hang out for the day. So it was kind of cool hanging out with him. Hadn't seen him in a while. And so yeah, it was a really good day. Then I got to come home and help the kids move some more. So I'm not sure why they can't move themselves. Why I have to be involved. Well, I guess he is on vacation. He is dropped out.
Well, I was going to ask too. Are we listening to the music the whole time? Is that on purpose?
Yeah, it's our
Oh,
background music now. We're up in our A game
Yeah.
here. This is a
okay,
professional podcast, sir. Professional
okay.
podcast and background music.
I gotcha. I gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, we got banners, we got sounds, banners, all that good stuff.
John's running this thing tonight. Like I said, if it goes sideways tonight, I cannot be blamed. And in my defense, after last month, I know I was blamed for the mayhem at the beginning of last month, but it was not me.
You mean when we were all set up as landscape or portrait mode like this?
Yep, and some people were landscape, some people were portraits, some people were in this live stream, some people were in another live stream, some people were in a live stream that never started. But a couple of days later, there was another live stream on there, and they had the exact same problem that I had, and they are a lot more experienced than I am, and yeah, so I was super happy that I was to find out that it was not me. It was possibly a StreamYard issue. So I'll take that as a victory.
Yeah. I apologize. I didn't hear John apologize, but
I'm sorry.
What are you doing, dude?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out.
I got it. Just
whoa, I like that one.
There we go.
I look good.
Well, it wouldn't matter which one we did. You'd look good in any of them. So you got to give you credit.
Oh, thank you. My white yarmulke, I'm wearing that tonight, just so y'all know. Shalom. Shalom.
That's not right. That's definitely
Terrible.
Not right.
Yeah, off the subject real quick, I'll just tell Tony, no, he didn't show up. He called and said he was in Florida. So, yeah. So we had a great practice. We built a drum riser. Got the drums up on a drum. Yeah, we built one, me and Lee. It's look good.
Awesome. For those of you who don't know, Kent is in like 25 bands, and one of them, they practice on Sunday nights. One of the reasons we pushed this back an hour, give him time to get his practice in on Sunday, and then still make the live stream. Plus, tonight would have been a bad night for us to be at 7 o'clock because I was
going to say.
About 10 till. So it would have been a really, really bad night for me had I tried to make it at 7 o'clock. John would have been in here by himself probably. Very possibly.
Yeah, and the only reason why he gave me the ability to set up the stream was because he wasn't even sure if he was going to be home.
Well, can we take a vote? I'm sure Tony would agree. Let John, I think you should be in charge of the stream.
No. I vote for myself. But now John does have privileges now, so he can.
I'm emergency standby.
Yeah, he's the emergency standby operator.
How was the weekend wind down or wind up or?
Skipped it.
Yeah, we canceled it for this. This week.
Whoa! Is there a mouse in your pocket?
Yeah, me and the mouse.
I haven't seen Morris over there, so I'm not sure who we is. I voted that you continue to do it, but you went with no go.
Oh, you're not going to do it at all anymore?
No. I announced last week that I wasn't going to do it this week because of the holiday, and I wanted a break. And no,
I got you.
I like doing the net, but I don't like it enough to want to do it every single time, all the time, every single day, and any opportunity I can have to not do it, I will take.
Gotcha. That. Nobody stepped up to do it for you, huh?
I didn't really ask, like, seriously, this go around. But I just figured it was good for us to take a little break.
Word.
It's always good for
all
a
right.
break.
Y'all tell me about your Meshtastic dreams. I didn't know that you could actually do Meshtastic and not be licensed at all.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
Meshtastic is in a non-licensed portion of the 900 megahertz.
So it's low power, though, right? You can't.
I mean, you can have as much power as you want. It's
No, not if you're unlicensed.
correct. Is there a power limit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, we learned something new already.
Hey,
You,
see?
you can use higher power if you're licensed, but you cannot use encryption if you're
Right.
using your call sign. So it's kind of a trade off. And like I found out a couple years ago when I first started doing Meshtastic that if you're if you got it clicked on the node that you are a ham operator and you have the ability for the higher power and you're not have the ability for the encryption, you do not see anybody else unless they are the same way. So if everybody else is in the encrypted side, you see nothing and they don't see you. So
So give me the 300-foot view, John. What does Meshtastic mean for me? What can I do? What's
So
give
the
it to me.
so the easy question here is, what is Meshtastic? And that is, it's basically an RF driven messaging platform, so to speak. So the device, which in this case is a thin card, Seat Studios T1000, but they also have a couple other things. You can buy a couple other devices and then use 3D printed cases like this one here. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is a whiz block. But basically what it is, it's a radio. It's a small, computer board or radio board that interfaces with your phone using Bluetooth. It allows you to connect to your phone with the Bluetooth and send text messaging using the 900 megahertz band, very low wattage, and it works from a mesh. So it's a peer-to-peer situation where you're going, like right now where I live, there's nobody. So if I send a message, it's not going to go anywhere. You have to be in proximity to someone else.
Of another node.
Right. And then
and
that
the more
node
we build it out,
will pick it up. Yeah, that node will pick it up and then repeat it to another node to hopefully get to the user that you're trying to get to, or in some cases it's just a open channel, so it becomes a kind of a big kind of a
party line.
group chat. So
I got you.
And Tony was mentioning
right.
The more nodes you have, the more you build out the system, the more robust the network is. So like if there's 20 people or 10 people or 3 people in line of sight from me, or at least for me to have one person line of sight and I can hit them and they can hit somebody else, then I might be able to get my message to Tony.
Got you. So line of sight is the distance.
Well,
it is very important with line of sight simply because it's 900 megahertz. So with it being that high frequency, a lot can stop it. So any kind of obstruction, trees, houses, leaves, anything like that. Even the Saturday we were out putting up a node up on the tower, and it was very, very foggy, and we were struggling to get it out. I mean, literally the droplets in the air will slow it down, stop it. So the thing is, I can remember 2 years ago when we started here in the Nashville area, started out with Meshtastic, there was very few of us. I mean, the community probably had less than 10 people. And I had my first node was this Heltec V3 right here. Wasn't in this fancy of a case back then. It was just in the little crappy case that it comes with. And the only time I could even hear anybody is I got a pair of them when I bought it, because a lot of times when you buy those Heltecs, you get them in pairs. And the only one I could ever see was myself. So I could message myself, and that's it. I could get in my car and drive all the way to Nashville and maybe see one other node. Now, here we are 2 years later, and there's probably 200 nodes in and around Nashville. And so it's grown exponentially, and you can get messages out now. And just to give you for instance, Brian, our buddy Brian, he lives up north of Nashville, north of me even, and prior to Saturday, he was not seeing any nodes when he was at home, none whatsoever. And then he put up a solar node 20 feet up in the air, and now all of a sudden he can hit 2 of the main repeaters that are in the network, and he's seeing 70 people. He's able to get
Yeah.
messages in and out and see 70 different people, because not only do we have individuals with their own nodes that they're carrying around, but we also have repeaters, just like we do in ham radio, that are up on high spots on towers and things of that nature, and are able to, get out a lot farther than this, because I'm at 500 feet, give or take, here at the house, plus I'm inside of a building, so getting out of here would probably be virtually impossible. But if I step outside and I had line of sight or a high up node, that node could hit Music Mountain or the hospital or Todd's Knob, and then all of a sudden it's spreading out all over the place, and so you're getting your messages out. So it's grown exponentially, and it's really cool to see the community as a whole grow, because it's a really cool group of guys.
Huh. Now, John, what was that big honking thing you picked up?
So this guy here is basically it's going to be mounted on my tower, and it will work as a repeater. So
Gotcha.
basically, it's no different than the device that is inside this guy.
Right.
And this would go, like, you throw this in your bag or put it in your pocket and carry it around, and it's basically a personal node. No different than this thing here. Different company, some different technology, but basically the same thing. But this is a repeater node, could be placed out with a solar panel. I'm going to do mine power over Ethernet and run it up basically put it up on my tower at about 50 feet. So at 50 feet, that'll put this at just about 900 feet above sea level, where I'm at, and that would be at the base of my pole, so I could probably go another 10 feet from there. But it basically will work as a repeater, and hopefully then I'll be able to get some signals from the people in my area, and then this will hopefully relay it to my node that I have connected to my phone. So this won't be connected to my phone, whereas
your handheld or portable one would be. Gotcha.
So basically, it's kind of like what Brian had going on. He, when he had just the personal node, he couldn't get out. He puts that solar node up, and all of a sudden, that solar node's able to hit some of the main repeaters. He's hitting the solar node with his personal node, and he's getting out and getting all the messages. Hopefully, John will be the same way when he gets that node up there. It'll be able to get some of the repeaters that are close by to him, and then he'll start seeing all that traffic, and all the traffic will start seeing him. So, after, like I said, this was my first one, which was the Heltec V3, and I've had this node now for over 2 years, and this one I have a 2,000 milliamp hour battery in, and this one has a screen on it, and because of the screen, it kind of eats the battery up pretty quickly. This thing would last about a half to 3/4 of a day with this battery. Now I also have the Whiz Block, just like John's, like his little white node there. This one has no screen on it, and the Whiz Block uses a lot less energy than the Heltec V3s do. This one has a 2,000 milliamp battery in it, and this thing will last probably 5 to 6 days on one charge. So it's
so what is the one Whiz what?
Whiz Block.
Gotcha.
So then you come to the T1000. This one will last probably about a day and a half. I'm not sure what size battery's in this one, to be honest with you, but it'll last you a solid day and a half, and does the same thing as the other two. Now, all three of those nodes, like John said, you connect through your phone. So you use your phone as your interface. That's your screen to see what the message is coming in. That's your keyboard to type your messages and things of that nature. And
right.
I also have this one. This reminds me of the old BlackBerry. So this is a self-contained unit. This one you do not connect to your phone. It has, well, there we go. It has a built-in screen. It has a built-in keyboard, and it's a totally self-contained unit. And so I can type out my messages, get my messages everything directly on here. Do not connect this one to my phone at all. This one I have
Like a
an
BlackBerry.
yeah, very much looks like an old school BlackBerry. This is the T Deck. This is made by LilyGo. This one I have an 8,000 milliamp battery in, and it will last me. I've just started using this battery, and it's at least lasted me a day to a day and a half, which is a pretty good time frame. And John was just showing the app there on his phone, and they have the app for iOS and for Android, and it is different between the two. It's kind of weird that, but it is a significant difference between the Android app and the iOS app. So on there, you can go up there and you can see his messages. You can click on there. That's the primary channel. So that's like the main channel. So that's like the party line right there. You send a message out, or people are sending messages, and you can see where people are sending them back and forth right there. You can also have private chats between people that you have nodes with. We have a group of guys who all eat breakfast on Saturday morning, and we've all dug into Meshtastic, and everybody's got one of the Seed Studio T1000s, and we were sitting at breakfast on Saturday, and as soon as somebody sent a message, boom, everybody's nodes explodes with messages. It was like a chorus of messages going off.
So, John, what's special about the Sense Cap that you just got?
I'll be right back.
What's special about the what?
The new one. The is that a Sense Cap tracker?
It is a Sense Cap. Yeah, Seed Studios. It's what's nice about this is the form factor. It is literally like maybe 3 credit cards thick.
Right.
If you were to look at it from that perspective, it is super thin, small. Put it in your pocket or hang it on a lanyard, put it around your neck. What I think is great about these is their receive sensitivity is outstanding. And like it will pick up, nodes really far away from me that I wouldn't be able to pick up with the Wiz block.
Gotcha.
So I think the receive sensitivity is better on these versus the Wiz blocks, but I'm not 100% sure yet. I'm not exactly in the best environment over here to really be able to test it because of where I'm at. There's not a lot of people out here that have these things. Sure.
And then this is my newest one that I got. This is a solar node here. So it's a solely self-contained unit. You got the solar panel on the front. The node itself is built into the back. It's got 3 18650 batteries on it. External antenna. Hang this up on a pole. So I've got a new flagpole that I'm about to install here at the house. And as soon as I get that put up, this thing will be going up on there. So that way, hopefully, kind of like what Brian did, be able to experience a lot more people, be able to hit some of the repeaters, even when I'm here in the house.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I guess I'm getting into Meshtastic.
And here's the thing. This is one of the great things about Meshtastic is the barrier to entry is very low. They're very cheap.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah. If you look at what like the average decent ham radio costs, a Meshtastic node, even the Wiz block for that matter, or the Seat Studio stuff is really cheap. This is plug and play. You basically take it out of the package and set it up on your phone and you're good to go. Whereas the Wiz block is, it's not like the assembly's hard, but
right.
When you order a Wiz block, you're just getting the circuit board basically and the stuff that goes with it. So the 2 antennas, you have to put it in a case.
Right.
So, there can be a little bit more project kind of a thing, which is fine because that's why I bought, this one is I wanted to make a solar node or an outside node. So that's what's cool about it. And you can hook up some things to it. GPS, and they don't all come with GPS on them. At least I don't think the Whiz blocks do they, Tony?
They have a GPS unit that you can buy separately.
Right.
The Whiz block is more like a developmental board. You can add things to it. You can add GPS to it. You can add.
It's almost like a pie.
Yeah, it's a lot like a pie. You can add sensors to it, so like a temperature, humidity sensor, which is more information that you can send out. One of the things that we didn't mention, John was just talking about the texting. You can also use it for sending your position. So if you're have a group, say in a search and rescue environment or something of that nature, where you're completely off grid or something like that, you can use it to keep up with everybody, message people, and keep up with people on the map.
Gotcha.
So that's another aspect of it is the positioning. And then a lot of them, like even like the Whiz Block or the Heltec V3, if you don't have a GPS, because you are connected to your phone, it can use your through the Bluetooth connection with your phone. It can use your phone's GPS to put out your GPS signal. So even if you have a lower end one that doesn't have a GPS on it, you can still post your signal out.
Gotcha. Okay. I just ordered one.
We're bad influences, we know.
Yeah, you are. Well, hey, I mean, maybe if I'm lucky, me and John can talk. We're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So
we're not that far away from each other as a crow.
no, we're not. So
What is your elevation? Do you know what your elevation is at your QTH by chance?
no, but I will find out very quickly.
You got an iPhone, Kent?
Yes.
You got the Compass app?
Yeah.
Just open the Compass app on your iPhone. And look at the bottom. It'll tell you what the elevation is.
It is 740 feet.
I'm 100 feet above you.
So just look up when you go outside.
Yeah.
Look up to Big John.
Yeah, I'm at 840.
Kendall's saying that the
my
Whiz
tower.
Mesh tag is a good alternative to Seed Card. It's a bit longer battery life. All right, I haven't seen that one, but I have to check that out.
Have not
What?
seen
Who
any-
said that?
Kendall.
Kendall, yeah.
Wish mesh. Okay, hold on. Well, I didn't push buy yet, so thank you, Kendall. Let me see. Okay, Wish mesh. All right, about the same price.
He says it's got a little bit better battery. He said he's got both, still comparing. All right.
Oh, I mean, includes GPS. Looks like everything. Yeah, it's got a little better battery. All right, Kendall, I'm sold. I'm get both. He said. Of course, you would say that.
I mean, I got 3 of them.
Okay.
I got the Whiz Block and this thing. I've got the Whiz Block and the Tower Node, and then the Seat Studios. I mean, why not?
I'm going for it. Kendall, you should work for Wismesh because I'm buying both of them right now.
He's got
Good
stock
job.
in
Good job,
Meshtastic
Kendall.
for sure.
So you brought up the funny story. You brought up the Compass app. So like I was saying, Saturday we were over at the Nashville Clubhouse installing a node there on the tower at the clubhouse, and we have a very nice Mosley antenna on top of our tower, and we have just recently acquired a very, very nice analog radio. So me and another buddy were in between, well, before everybody else got there and then afterwards as well, we're trying to get on the radio and make some good contacts. And we realized real quick that the rotator was out of calibration. And so we tried to get it back into calibration, but it was just way too far out. So what we ended up doing was one of us was standing outside with the Compass app. The other one was standing inside. We would look up somebody on the Pota site, find out where they were at, check the azimuthal map, see which way we needed to shoot the beam, and somebody would stand outside with their compass, and the other person would spin the beam around until we got close, and then we were using the Compass app to point the beam on Saturday, so it's pretty fun. But
Nice.
just a fun little side note there with the Compass app made me think of that.
Nice.
So cool. I'm glad you're going to get on board there, Kent. You can join the mesh community. You should also join the Discord. So
All right.
I will send you a link to that.
You should not do the Discord.
I think John is anti-Discord.
I am.
I haven't had much happiness on Discord.
I mean, I haven't been unhappy. It's just I don't need one more thing to monitor.
Yeah, and I'm off social. Took a break from social media as of January 1st. So
I heard. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm taking
it's disappointing every time I'm on TikTok and I see something really cool to send to Kent. Used to his name was right there, first thing to send it to. Now it's just not there no more. I'm very sad. I told him today I was shedding a tear because he wasn't on TikTok anymore.
I'm taking. I mean, at the end of the day, all the time that I would have spent on there, I'm gonna work on my general.
Exactly. I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I totally understand the taking a break from social media. I mean,
Yeah.
I've had a Facebook account for probably 20 years, probably since Facebook started, but I don't use it that much. And when I became the president of the Nashville Amateur Radio Club, I got the duties of posting on Facebook, and you might go back and look, and I probably have posted 3 times in this year. So I'm not the social media guy that you need. So anyway.
Yeah, it's I have I know there's some kind of term for it, and I am bad about it. It's the damn notifications. It's like I have to clear all the red icons on my iPhone of all notifications. It's like I can't. It just drives me nuts.
You can turn that off though, so it doesn't.
I know I do, but then
what I did.
And then I start thinking, oh well, I'm missing. And somebody says, oh, I sent you this. So I'm like, no, I'm doing away with it. I did this once before.
He's got that FOMO.
Yeah.
He's got that fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get it. I mean, I've had good experiences on Facebook. I've helped a lot of people. I've had people that are falling on hard times that, need help, and I've been able to help, but it's just everything else. And I told everybody in my last post that if you have a birthday in January, happy birthday. That's the thing. Like, happy birthday to all you January babies, because I won't be telling you like everybody else will on your birthday. They come out of the woodwork.
You better.
Are you a January baby?
Yep. The 6th.
Happy birthday.
Next
week.
You better drive over.
What do you mean?
Give me a birthday hug.
You'll finally be, 30?
I wish. Oh, man.
To be 30 again. How nice would that be?
It'd be very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've let the rest of this hour, please don't talk about anything that I want to buy, because I'm done.
Let's talk about some more stuff.
I can't. Kendall just sucked another 50 out of me. I'm done.
So which ones did you go with?
The Seed and the Wish Mesh.
Cool. I have to check out that Wish Mesh. I've never seen one, so I'll have to check that out.
And then you had me thinking about a solar repeater, but that one's. I mean, I'll probably have to get one.
Is it gonna hurt you if I tell you I put a deposit down on a new Kenwood TMD 750A?
And why is that?
I am too, Kendall. I am too. Kendall said he's great at spending other people's money.
Yes,
I
Tony.
I talk John into spending all kinds of money all the time.
All the time. However, this Kenwood doesn't have anything to do with Tony.
Nope.
So,
But
And
anybody
what are you
who-
What are you gaining? What's wrong with what you got? What is that giving you?
I'm gaining a high
Yeah.
interest credit card balance, probably.
At least you're honest.
So here's what John. This is John's dilemma.
No,
John,
don't even go there, because that's not the entire reason. So don't even bring that up.
a large portion of the reason is probably I don't
Nope.
know 6 months ago or more. John started talking about he really likes that microphone. Hi, Morris. I see Morris is out.
Yeah, he stopped by.
He really likes that Heil microphone, and he uses that for his Flex radio. Well, he also has a couple of Motorola radios that he really wanted to use that Heil on. So he talked forever about he wished he had some way to use that Heil on all of his radios. One radio, one push pedal. I mean, one mic for all of his radios, one push pedal.
Right.
And
Right.
a few months ago, he finally found a guy. It was out of New York, I believe. Is it out of New York, John?
The guy is out of New York, yes.
And
But
this guy
I was
makes a little. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to try to talk one of my buddies, my Elmer, into helping me build a kind of a box, an interface box. And I could tell that he was not that interested in doing that. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I did some searching on the Googles, and I found a box, a guy who makes these boxes that does exactly what I wanted to do for 3 radios. And I looked at it. I was like, man, that's a little bit more money than I wanted to spend. And I'm kind of cheap when it comes to that kind of stuff. So I was kind of just put it aside for a while. And this is probably a year ago I found this thing and kind of forgot about it. And then, I don't know, time went on and it started bugging me. And I decided, I'll order something or I'll do something. And when I was in Huntsville, I bought an antenna switch kit, and I talked to the guy who made those, and he at one point built an interface box, but he didn't bring them to market because he had some complications, but his looked really cool. And I was telling some people about it, and Richard sent me a link to the same box I had found out before. And then right about that same time, because I was talking about it, Tony sent me a link to the same thing. And at that point, I was like, all right, screw it. Let me just buy it. The hardest part's going to be just creating the cables and connecting everything. So you want to continue the story, Tony?
So here we are several months later. Lots and lots and lots of frustration. Lots and lots of emails with the guy who makes the box. Multiple cable purchases. Multiple cable builds. I went over and carried a cloud lifter and a phantom power box because just couldn't get enough oomph out of the microphone, if you will. That didn't work. John ended up buying a separate preamp. That didn't work. And last I heard, which was just maybe 2 weeks ago, he was going to finally return it. He talked to the guy. The guy was going to give him a refund, which was really cool.
Yep.
And so then I asked him just the other day, I was like, hey, did you ever return that box? And lo and behold, his answer was
Nope.
No. And that's when he told me he was buying the Kenwood. So I think he's buying the Kenwood so that he can key the Kenwood and the Flex with his one microphone and one foot pedal.
That would be nice.
I think that's the reason he's getting the Kenwood. But I'm afraid.
So I'm confused. The Kenwood somehow solves your problem.
No. I mean, it does and it doesn't.
The problem is the Motorola.
Yeah, and the Motorola radios are good from a standpoint of what they do. They do very well, but they're not as compatible with other things. So
Modern technology.
Yeah, it's just they're very kind of proprietary on some of their things the way they work, their microphones, uses a special
programming.
mic, their programming, the cabling. So, I mean, I probably have, almost as much in cables as I do in that interchange box at this point.
Golly.
Yeah. So,
Well,
but here's what I'm afraid of. This is my only thought and fear for John is right now nobody's telling what that radio is going to cost. So he's paid $35 for to be on the wait list, and nobody knows what that radio is going to cost.
Yeah, and if it's too much money, I won't buy it.
So
what is too much money?
Well, here's what I could tell you.
That's kind of a personal question. We talked about on a live stream.
Kendall says it's at least $1,600. I don't think it's going to be that high, Kendall.
No.
This is my thought process. So that radio is going to be the mobile 50-watt version of the THD 75A, which is just a 5-watt HT. That THD 75A, when it first came out, was $850. It has since come down to about $650. So I don't see any way possible that radio comes out under $850. I'm guessing about $1,250, and then after about 6 months to a year, you could probably get it for $1,000. But that's just basing that strictly on what the HT started out at and what it is now. So we'll see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it comes out at a good price and he buys it because I want to play with it, and I'm not buying one.
What's the model, John?
TMD 750A. It's
gotcha.
a tri-band. It's 144, 220, and 430. It's got D-Star, APRS.
Built-in TNC.
Yeah.
50 watts.
And I've always wanted to own a Kenwood, and I never have. So I was kind of like, why not? Speaking
of Kenwoods, I was saying earlier that we... at the club recently inherited a radio. It is the Kenwood TS990, and got to mess with that a little bit on Saturday, and that is an amazing radio. An absolutely amazing radio. Way too much for my taste, but had a blast trying to play with it for a few minutes. It took me and Kevin almost 20 minutes just to figure out how to turn the volume down. It's so crazy with knobs and buttons, but once we got it up and running and turned the volume down a little bit, amazing sounding radio. So if paired up with that Mosley.
Yeah. So if the Kenwood's too much money and I still want to do a dual band radio here, I'll go with the new ICOM ID 5200,
which is the newer version of the one that I run in the car.
Yeah. But it does not have all the same features as that Kenwood does, so it's definitely not
dual band and D-Star is about as far as they go together.
Will you be able to use your mic?
Should be.
Oh, I mean, I don't even know if the mic is going to work on the Kenwood, to be honest with you.
It's not a guarantee, but it's more likely to work on a newer modern radio than it is an older Motorola that he rolls with now. Now, like he said, the Motorola is a fantastic radio. What it does exceptionally well. But it's a
business band radio. Yeah,
it's a purpose-built radio, and it does that purpose very, very well. And at the end of the day, if it stops working and you get attacked by somebody, you can beat them to death with it because the thing weighs about 50 pounds. So it's a good self-defense weapon if need be.
Think of a ream of legal size copy paper.
Oh, wow.
It's about the size, but it weighs about as much as the whole box of ream of paper.
A case of paper, huh?
Yeah. It's the size of a ream, the weight of a case.
That's funny.
What's funny about that is I know somebody else who has two of those that they're getting ready to install in their vehicle. I won't name any names, just initials. Tony, WMVS.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tony.
Back to our subject at hand. the
Yes.
Meshtastic. So, like I was saying, we started kind of in this area like 2 years ago, and it was super sparse and not a lot going on. Here we are 2 years later, several hundred nodes, and the problem has become um, the traffic on the network has gotten overwhelming, and so it's getting to the point where it's a lot of traffic is not making it through because there's too much traffic. And so one of the things when you first get into Meshtastic, when you first flash your first node, the default setting is called long fast. So it's for long distance and fast communication. And unfortunately, that's gotten to the point where that is putting too much information on the network, and it's a lot of crashes, and a lot of the messages are not getting through. So this coming Saturday, the Nashville area, most of the people have agreed to switch over to medium fast. So it's going to give us larger bandwidth, reduced latency. Now the range is going to be shorter, so that's what we're going to give up. So whereas before with long fast, when John puts that solar node up, with long fast, he could probably still get into Nashville. But now when we go to medium fast, he probably wouldn't be able to get into Nashville. He's probably going to need to hit a node in the middle. So we're going to
So
lose
everybody, so you can't communicate with a node that's set differently.
Correct. So if you were on long fast and I was on medium fast, you would not see anything that I'm sending, and I wouldn't see anything you're sending.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, so it's we're switching over to that, and I think it's going to be a good thing from what I've read, and a couple of the guys that are kind of spearheading it, Max and Isaac and everybody, and they've done a lot of research, and a lot of the other big metropolitan areas are switching over to medium fast because they're running into that same problem. it's too dense. The mesh has gotten too dense, and so I think I heard them saying they recommend switching over to medium fast once the network gets to like a 20% capacity, and the network in the Nashville area is at like 40%. So we've well exceeded what long fast can handle.
Oh.
So we started, like I said, we've done some testing. We just put that node up at the Nashville clubhouse. It is actually already set for medium fast because we don't want to have to climb the tower again. They're going to be climbing all the other towers for all the other repeaters next Saturday, and everything's going to get switched over. And then hopefully everybody in the area gets all the messages from everybody and switches over to medium fast, and hopefully it clears up a lot of the congestion. So we'll give up a little bit on the distance, but we should have a lot better success overall. One of the things that people get confused on is when you set up your node, you have to choose a role for your node, and some of the roles are like client mute, client hidden, router, repeater, things of that nature. And so each one of those has a different operation. So if you're a client, which is what all of my nodes are, they're clients, they will receive all the messages that they get, and then they will turn around and repeat all those messages. If you have it on client mute, you will receive all of your messages, but you don't repeat it out. And the problem is some people they think they need to put it up as a repeater, and they don't. Everybody probably needs to either be client or client mute. And the only time you need a repeater is when you're up like on Music Mountain. That one is, what is that tower? Is it 1,000 feet elevation, and then it's another 100 and something feet up on the tower? So it's nodes like that need to be the repeaters, and not just a node that you put up at your house on top of your roof. That's it's going to become too much traffic is what the problem becomes. So most people just need to be on either client or client mute, and that way it doesn't. I know 2 years ago in Dayton, hams are real up on Meshtastic. It's been blowing up in the ham community the last couple of years. I think it was 2 years ago when they went to Ohio. So many people had so many nodes, and they were all set to the wrong thing, and it literally crashed the network up there. They couldn't get any messages out. Because one of the settings that you can have is you can pull in messages off the internet, and so they had people trying to check in. They were 1,000 miles away, and it literally just crashed the network. So they figured out real fast that they had to change a lot of the settings, especially when you get into a dense area like a ham fest. So now it seems like every time there's a ham fest, they come out with some parameters, and so everybody's not repeating themselves 1,000 times, and
Right.
not everybody's not showing up as a repeater. Everybody's showing up in client mute, so they're not all bouncing around a million messages over and over and over and over and over and just crashing the system. So once it gets so dense, it becomes too much of a problem, and that's the reason we're switching over to the medium fast. And from what I understand and what I've read and what I've heard, it should make a huge difference. Like I said, we will sacrifice a little bit on the distance, but the good thing is the mesh has gotten so built out in and around this area that shouldn't hurt us that much.
Not in my area.
Well, I mean,
not in mine and John's area.
well, if I think John, even when you put that up on your tower, even on medium fast, you're going to be able to get to Goulitsville, and there's some good nodes in Goulitsville. So if you can make it to Goulitsville, which I think you still will be able to with medium fast, you're still going to be able to communicate with the net, with on the mesh in general. And Kent, you being as close as you are to John, if you were able to put up a high node, you could probably get John. So if you go from you to John, John to
I'm already 100 lower than him, and he's going to go to 900. I'm going to really I'm going to have to find something really high.
Too bad you don't have those 700-foot trees you had.
Yeah, no.
Well, Goodlettsville's in a hole. So really I need to be hitting something like White House. There's some spots in White House that are pretty high.
Yeah,
Now, is there people? Go ahead.
I was just saying, even if it's down in a hole, if they can get over the hump from Goulitsville to Nashville, it's not that big of a hump there, or have a node in the middle, you could still get into the greater mesh.
So, is there people that are what's the good term for, like? Could I put up a sneaky node, or could I go to my neighbor across the street who lives way higher on the hill and say, "Hey, man, let me put a Meshtastic node up in one of these trees up in the top where I can,
Here's the only problem with tree nodes. Right now, it would work great because there's no leaves.
When it leaves out, I got you.
When the leaves are out, it's going to be garbage because, like I said, with it being 915 megahertz, it's going to struggle to get through those leaves. So you're better off if you could find somebody to put it on a pole or, something of that nature.
Well, here's the thing, Kent. What you need to do is tape that node to the top of your drone and just fly that thing up.
Yeah, there you go.
Jason KM4ACK, he did that on one of his videos, and he's in Murfreesboro, and he was able to hit Jamie, who was in Bethpage, which was like 60-something miles as the crow flies.
That's why 2 nodes is not a bad thing.
So we will definitely try that, John. When you get it up on there, you just call me and I'll fly.
And here's the thing: let's say there's some type of emergency or disaster, okay, and the grid's down, and you needed to make a contact. You literally could take one of your nodes, since you're going to have 2, put one of them on the drone, send it up, and you communicate with your one on the ground to the one on the drone, and then the one on the drone gets you out to the mesh.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not a permanent solution, but it will get it done. So
Well, guess what?
wow, this time has flown by. Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us. I know there wasn't a lot, but hopefully it gets out.
Hey, I spent money.
And
Pretty good.
you're studying. That's the important part. You're still studying for that test. So thank you, Kent. Thank you, John. Thanks to everybody that joined us tonight. And thank John for this, our wonderful,
Our dubstep music.
music.
Gentlemen, good night, good day. God bless.